Hello everyone, my name is Atina Ma, or Negafor Not, or Anecdotal Myers, or Stephen Buckleysa. I'm here to teach you guys some lessons on fundamental key containment, or core concentration of consecration catalyst. The condensation of a toroidal key structure as holistic or holy consecration catalyst, meaning whatever you apply it to, it becomes holy in the name of its connection, its link with that holistic toroidal function of that key. But it takes a lot of practice to get to a point where you can actually make, a visible key ball. I can't do it. I did it one time in the moonlight. It was absolutely visible. It was the craziest thing ever. Like, it was dark, but the moon was out, full and bright. And like I had this thing going like all night, and eventually it appeared like as a spherical grid matrix of light, like tiny little nodes of light, all like the size of a freaking oversized golf ball. It's the only time, but it happened once, and I know it's possible, so keep that in mind. But anyway, key containment of core consecration catalyst. Doesn't have to be a visible key ball. You don't have to be super good. It just has to be an idea, a symbol, a one holistic thought that all things can pass through and attain association with. And that's why my system is focused based out of your own personal mythology. So your own personal mythology is a world, or like the landscape within the core or portal of all that you are, integrated into one coherent whole of connections, connecting everything to everything else, every which way, always. This idea, just the idea, the mere idea of it, implies it charges your unconscious mind with the implications. And this is a huge factor in reprogramming your belief system, is taking into account, acknowledging the importance and force and power in what something implicates. For instance, instantiation protocol, paradoxically simultaneous with big data, what its implications mean to us within the next decade or so. Give it 2 decades till it really gets overwhelming. Big data, algorithmic registry of just like I'm talking about, holistic AI understanding the connections of everything and how it connects, and just eventually knowing more and more and more. And just to have that access to that sort of organization of worldwide information, that is a huge implication. Best example I can think of. Anyway, when you build upon the practices that I taught in the last tutorial, think about that idea. The symbol that holds all that you are, represents everything, connecting every which way. Mine is a portal of blue, outlined light blue, inside pure white light, heavenly light. It's the thing. It's the ultra-terrestrial, ultra-temporal intelligence, UFO of omniportal capability that abducted my consciousness when I was 15. This is where I got all my stuff from. All my this is where this is where I was authorized access into an information dense base of operations in the noospherical, let's say, allied territories with the aliens, you could say, who are working towards our ascension, trying to give us as much as we can have and handle and are ready for without overwhelming us. But I'll tell you what, it's been an overwhelming process for sure, definitely. Trying to tap in and integrate the amount of synchronicity that's been in my life, the amount of knowledge that's been channeled into journals, over 25 journals filled to the brim with technical, detailed knowledge. No woo-woo stuff, part woo-woo, but heavily science-based. But science is based in association, so ultimately words will not hold the exact truth, which is why I love to experiment with words and information density and information structure or information technology or information analysis. Information systems analysis is how I build a meta syntax, meaning a way of speaking with a certain, over time, a collected vocabulary of words that reference or are based in the context of, or can be used, applied to explain the context of anything, because they're about information processes, information transfer, information organization, all of that stuff. That's why I use so many of these words all the time, because it's meta and it leaves no room for bias when you're communicating with someone. Meta syntax through information vocabulary, verbology, information systems analysis, verbology, vocabulary, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I go all around. It's recombinant. That's the thing. You can recombine these words any which way you want, but it still creates the same holistic system. That's the nature of your holistic symbol. Any way you organize it, it's still gonna mean the same thing. And that's my point. My point is to be gotten across. That's my meaning, is to be understood by the person I relate to or communicate with. So through meta syntax, you can better relay the information that represents whatever the subject matter at hand means to you in conversation. Whatever you're talking about, you can better exchange and relate your meaning and understand other people's meanings through the meta syntax, because it leaves no room for prejudice, bias, personal agenda, convictions, belief systems. Because it's meta, it's behind the behind. It refers to itself. There's no bypassing meta with ego. Meta bypasses ego. Try it on for size. Anyhow, I'll get to the important things, other than letting that seed idea of holistic integration and simplexity, condensation, simplifying the complex, making associations, interpreting events and experiences in your life into mythological symbolisms, symbol sets that will, over time, they'll organize themselves. That's the beautiful thing about this system, is that your personal mythology, once you seed it, once it's seeded, it'll start growing and growing and growing, and a whole planet will erupt with synchronicities coming to you from from certain symbols that were told, that were impressed upon the unconscious with great importance and great emphasis, great meaning. The unconscious understands what something means to you, based via emotion and attention, focused attention and emotion, repetition, ritual. Those things will ingrain a thought form, or will ingrain power and energy into, say, a dragon within your mythology. I've got the butterfly dragon, combining dragon medicine and butterfly medicine. Got the shadow phoenix. Got the arch-elite holy other gods gathering in council in the angel's attic, where the portal is, where Negafor Not guards the portal, where the black hole sun birthed Negafor Not. And upon apocalyptic illumination of Babylon, a prophecy foretold within my mythology, the black hole sun will implode and reveal the portal of anecdotal Myers, the pure, clear love light of this system being distributed to the world for a new wave of ascension protocols on earth, as it is in heaven, within as it is without. So examples you have there, you see it, now you don't. The cornerstone, I gave you the holy trinity of skills to practice every day. Practice those skills, hone those skills, concentration, visualization, meditation. The cornerstone of those, bring them all together, is contemplation. Contemplation holds the structure intact. Contemplation is contemplative meditation, contemplative prayer, contemplative unconscious communicating, contemplative intimation with the subconscious interpretations. The subconscious acts as the translator of unconscious arc data. I'll get into that some other time. But yeah, the subconscious is the translator. So what you're really doing when you install a symbol is you're installing it via patterns, via ritual, via focused emotion in meditation and concentration exercises, focusing that emotion into a thought form, a symbol, and building associations within a contemplative meditation. See how it all comes together? And the more you do dances or whatever you do for artistic expression of your emotion, your emotional fuel, food for thought, that's what emotion is. Whatever you do to express your creative need to be, to bring wonder and newness into your life, and to express meaning wholly known only to you and wholly unique to you, a whole new other language of art. Whatever you do for that, you express your emotion in. You organize the atmosphere of its engagement with the symbols of your subconscious personality patterning, your unconscious reprogramming via myth, via symbol, via simplexity. For instance, I'll show you. Here I have a pyramid that I made, I think 7 or 8 years ago. It's held intact pretty well. It's got the green butterfly of Babylon in it. There used to be a UFO landing port and all. Then we have, let's see. We've got the Ankh, the Dorj, expressive of lightning through life, revelation in life, revelry. the horn of the apocalypse, apocalyptic illumination of Babylon. We got the cross, the holy word that represents all of vibration, the one truth that is the whole thing, the actual one holistic truth that is not myth but pure potential, pure creation, pure life, pure love, pure glue, pure gravity, pure electric light, love. And we've got a little magic box here I made 2 years ago. Various symbols on it. They hold precious, cherished items to represent like a little treasure chest, concentrating magic within. On to the Tai Chi. Yeah, so contemplation brings it all together, and the structure will build itself. You just do a little bit of work, do what you do every day, just implement the mythological interpretation practice, keep doing your skills, and realizations will arise, revelations, bliss, revelry, the best part, euphoria, ability to evoke whatever emotion you need to imbue a thought form. Very powerful stuff. Feedback loops will be created, entrained, sustained by their own momentum of self-sustaining symbol mythological association in reality, because you've set up patterns in your head of interpretation, and so eventually you won't have to do it consciously anymore. Your unconscious will do it for you. So synchronicity will increase exponentially. I call it synchro harmony. Space-time, time-space. The coordination of both is pertinent to understanding your coordination in the holofractographic reality matrix. Thus, honing a better, more fine-tuned intuition, whence intention guides to perfect placement, on point, of course corrected, key containment, core, consecration, catalyst. So, breathing, that's the fifth skill. Breathing, deep belly breathing, breath of fire, nostril breathing, deep, deep breathing. That is what's gonna charge your body with ionized electric atmosphere. And that is where you're going to get a lot of your chi from, other than healthy foods, raw, life force foods, good color, good range of color in your environment and whatnot. Engage in color and new colors. These are important. So when you do breathing, you're going to breathe deep into your belly, focus on that, and kind of intuitively feel out the rhythm or the course of the breath. The yogis, they bring their breath up from their heels. We bring our breath up from our shoulders. So I'm going to do a little bit of Tai Chi for y'all and show you, give you a little bit of an activation.